Right then, hello people, how are you all doing? So, it is 2 days after the Rust Door rotation, and this is the state of all the sales so far. So, hasn't we haven't seen many sales. What's going on? Well, we have been going through quite a rough month in regards to the price of our skins. They've been going down pretty badly, but it was expected. And of course, we've kind of been focusing Christmas skins instead and whatnot. But anyway, let's just roll straight into it. Tempered Garage Door, it is the best selling skin so far, but I was correct to assume lots of people would want it, but they won't be buying crazy amounts. The $5 price is definitely filtering a whole bunch of people, as in people want to buy it, but they can't really buy tons of it because of the higher price. And, if you bought 10 regular price Garage Door skins, it's going to cost you what, $15? If you buy 10 of them, that's going to cost you $50. So, so this actually might work out very nicely for it. Yes, it hasn't sold that much, and that means there's a lot less potential excess purchases, which means we potentially might see this rebound. Like, I still anticipate it going below its restore price for a short time, but of course we have post-Christmas, literally in 4 weeks' time. So the very second it's not Christmas, it's Boxing Day, and as we roll into January 2023, I wouldn't be surprised if the tempered garage door actually bounces back up and goes above $5. It's not something I'd rely on, but it's definitely a situation where I'm very grateful it's an abnormal skin because I want to do my buy orders first before I consider what I do next. If I were to actually buy these, I honestly think you could just put down maybe a $4 buy order. Why buy this for $5 when you very likely could easily buy this for $4 with a buy order instead? Save $1 each, just saying. But let's wait until Wednesday night, Thursday morning, do our buy orders, and then get a good look at that. But yeah, if you recall earlier this year, we had Black Gold collection. We were getting a series of weapons which were selling at a much higher price, and they were selling for like $5 and $4 each. Well, I think Tempered is now starting to become the deployable version of that. Oh, Tempered sheet metal door is apparently above its restore price now. Let's go get a good look at that. So this was the one immediate thing I wanted to reference in regards to what are we going to do in regards to this new garage door. So, yep, $4.54. There's only 32 of them on the market, but the buy orders still only go up to $2.70. So it's probably lucking into the fact that there's just not that many of them on the market. Did anybody happen to buy out a bunch of stock? Let's see. So we see this thing go up here. Nope. So it's just got very low stock in the Steam market at the moment. Now, if you recall, what do I always say? The average amount of skins you should see for a Rust skin on the Steam market is about 100. This only has 32. And yeah, how many are we going to have when times are good? What will the price be when times are good? This sold for $3.99. It's now selling on the Steam market for $4.54. But yeah, the buy orders don't match up to the the listings. So we'll see what happens here. Will we see these go up, or will we see these eventually go down? That's a matter of we'll have to keep an eye on it, and yeah, it's definitely something we're going to have to take into consideration when we're approaching this tempered garage door. It's awkward, I know, but if you want to play it safe, you've got to take in all the context and understand what's happened before. Now, tempered deployables collection, we still potentially could see an armored door, we could see a double armored door, we could see a rug. That could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a glow-in-the-dark rug. Milio, we don't know what's going to happen with that, but if we constantly keep an eye on the workshop submissions, we'll notice it. So yeah, every Monday, Tuesday, keep an eye on the Rust workshop submissions, see what's potentially coming out, and there's a very good chance we're just going to keep seeing easy, instant acceptances for tempered deployables. I mean, that's not necessarily a guarantee, but the more I see it, the more I'm seeing a situation like what we saw with the likes of the Black Gold collection. So maybe we'll see a small box, a large box. Furnace? We don't know. It's all in the hands of Mr. Milio Frito. So yeah, so as long as it keeps selling. So how many did the sheet metal door sell for? $3.99. It sold 17,000 sales. At the moment, we have 8,000 sales for the garage door. Kind of wouldn't be surprised if we end up at around 17,000 sales again with this garage door. So let's see how this plays out. Let's move on to the next deployable, the Toxic Wolf sleeping bag, part of the Toxic Wolf collection. Now this also looks like it's starting to dabble into properly going for deployables. So we've seen the likes of doors, that wasn't accepted. We've seen the likes of armor before, that wasn't accepted. And we've seen a series of weapons and tools and whatnot. Those weren't accepted, but this bag was. So. It's cool. It looks nice. Doesn't glow in the dark. But we haven't seen that many sleeping bags. Compared to the previous years, it's not that much. So if we were to just quickly sit there and look at this. A $1.99 skin, it is abnormal. It isn't selling as much as... Well, let me take this... I feel like we're probably going to end up just over 15,000 sales in total. I don't fully know. Are we seeing fatigue in terms of sales so far with the past few weeks? Like, a lot of people don't have as much money as they did before because the values of their skins have gone down. I'm not sure if people decided to sell their skins at all or whatnot, but if you're like me, you just held on, and through SCMM it's telling you every day, oh, you've lost $100 of value, oh, you've lost $200 of value, because the values of these skins are going down. But when times are good, I do think that sleeping bag will do very nicely. It's a unique colour compared to all the other ones that we've seen, especially in the recent times. Which one is a weird pea yellow? Like that. Not many. In fact, none. It's completely unique. But it also doesn't glow in the dark. And a lot of people do like to have a glow in the dark sleeping bag to help them navigate during night times. Especially when you don't have electricity. Especially when you don't have lighting around your base and whatnot. So, glow in the dark deployables, technically, yes, they are pay to win. People do like them. That's not the glow in the dark. You shouldn't really rely on glow in the dark all the time. But for a cool design, Toxic Wolf potentially is still going to keep getting more and more skins being accepted. I think it's okay. I think it's okay to keep... I think it's fine. It's abnormal. So let's just do our buy orders first. Look what happens. And then see if the buy order support looks strong enough. Then we'll actually consider buying it on the first day. Again, we've got to keep playing it safe. It's the only way you're going to survive. But then next month, it's ridiculous. But that's a whole nother story, so don't worry about that too much. Let's move on to the Paisley Bandana, made by Mr. Dark Schneider. It's their first skin to be accepted. And not too surprised to see it's one of the best-selling skins this week. Because when are you likely ever going to see a new bandana skin appear? We have hardly seen any these past couple years. We've had 2 so far in 2022. We had 2 in 2021. We had 2 in 2020. You get the idea. We hardly ever see bandana skins being accepted. So, what do we start considering now? What do we talk about now? Yes, you might sit here and say that some of these are in the red. That is true. But when times were good, they were in the green. When times are good, bandana skins do very, very nicely. So if you're going to sit there and say, right, what are you considering in regards to this bandana skin? I'm going to sit here and say, at the very least, as time goes on, would not be surprised if this maintains its price. Or at the very, 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 very least, it will be selling just above $1. But if you're expecting mad stonks, if you're expecting insane profits, no, you're not going to see anything with a random bandana that's all by itself. The poncho didn't come with it. So, yeah. If it does develop into a collection, we shall see. But yeah, this guy is completely new. He literally just had a charitable rust skin being accepted. He's only just got this marketable skin to be accepted. If he does try and develop it into a collection, then yes, maybe this could potentially see some more demand. But yeah, bandana skins, it's more a case of, do you actually use them? And is there demand to actually, want to use this skin and whatnot? Because there are other bandanas. Is this the one that's going to do well? Like I said, if it were to be a profit, I just don't expect it to go insanely up in price. It will, at the very least, maintain its price. We're not seeing too many sales. I think we're going to end up maybe around 15,000 as well on this. So again, look at the most recent ones that we've had. Dragon Rage, yeah, that had 30,000. Dragon Rage was a very beloved, in-demand collection during its time. And then we got Black Gold just after it, and then and you got Rainbow Pony there as well. Corrupted at its time, it was in demand. As you can see, it had almost 38,000 sales. So yeah, I think this is going to be a lot more tame in terms of its sales amount. I think we're going to be fine. So if you're looking at that, I think maybe it's just better to do a buy order. You can keep an eye on it and see, right, so we didn't reach 15,000 sales on Thursday. Theoretically, if that happened, we only ended up with 11,000. Maybe it's a good idea to jump in and buy in then. Sure, that's fine. So if you see not as much sales as come on, Hedge, you can speak words. If you don't see as much sales as what I was anticipating, then yeah, you could probably go ahead and make a move. You could jump in and buy some. But remember, if you buy them on the Thursday, you have those 48-hour. You have the 48-hour period where you can refund it if you think things are looking a bit awkward. And you know what? There is something that I want to reference from that. Remember what I just said there? It's to do with the pump shotguns I bought. So we'll talk about that afterwards. Right, so we now have a new Armored Door collection. We have a new Armored Door and it's part of a well-known collection. It is the No Mercy collection, getting its latest new skin. No Mercy, it used to be super in demand. And then you saw the likes of Blackout and Whiteout come out, and then, yeah. Haven't seen as many of these skins recently, which is awkward. But Armored Door skins. Something is developing, and we are aware that Armored Doors are getting a buff next week for the December wipe day. I am not surprised an Armored Door skin was accepted. I'm actually... No, wait, hang on. I was actually assuming we'd see Armored Doors next week. Quite surprised to see this being accepted now, but hey, still a good-looking door. Part of a fairly well-beloved collection. No Mercy. I'm not sure if it's still in the favour of most people. Black and white does look cool. The skull with the wings, cool emblem for it. But, you know, how many Armored Door skins have we had this year? I've said this many times during this whole year. We've had far too many. So they used to be a rare sight to see. They're not anymore. This is number 12 of this year. How many did we get in all of 2021? We had 1. How many did we have in all of 2020? We had 2. How many did we have in all of 2019? 1, 2, 3. So do you get the... do you understand what went wrong this year? Far too many single Armored Door skins were accepted. They all bottlenecked each other. There was no room to grow. Yeah, you get the idea. So what happens if we see a buff come in? What happens when people when word gets around that, hey, single Armored Door has a lot more health now. Maybe we should start using that. If we do see more demand to actually get an Armored Door down, if it does get used more in-game, then of course we should start seeing more demand to use the skins, and of course we should start to see higher skin prices for these Armored Door skins. But at the moment, it's not looking super great, and if I were to play it safe, it's an abnormal skin. I'd rather just do a buy order on it, look at what happens on Thursday, then make a consideration whether I'm going to jump in and buy it or not. Remember, if you buy it on Thursday, you have a 48-hour period to be able to refund it. No questions asked. Yeah, you get the idea. So that's the best way of approaching all of this. Do the buy orders, look at the support on Thursday, then make a consideration if it's going to hold its value. That is the smarter approach. Okay, wonderful. Alright, so Gothic Warlord AK-47. So what we have here is a continuation of the Gothic Warlord collection. This was a surprise skin to see because this was actually submitted 2 months ago. Quite a surprise. What isn't a surprise is to see another AK-47 skin so quickly. We literally just had one last week and now we've got another one immediately. So here's a problem. It's the routine all over again. We have far too many AK-47 skins. They keep appearing far too much. I really do think Face Punch needs to make these rarer. I had the idea of maybe we only have an AK skin every 2 months. It is the most in-demand weapon in-game, I understand, but we have well over... how many do we have now? I don't know off the top of my head, but we just have far too many AK-47 skins, and we're starting to see fatigue with that. Because we constantly keep seeing them, people just aren't really super enthusiastic to buy another one. I just bought one the previous week. No, I just bought one the week before that. No, I just bought one the week before that. Like, do you really need a new AK skin? I think there's a lot of people out there that are thinking no. So, yeah, I think this is instantly going to suffer with the fate of it's going to end up selling for around $1. It's going to end up selling for around $1, and it's most likely just going to be turned into metal. So if you don't fully understand what I'm talking about, oh, I've clicked the wrong thing there. My apologies. I meant to click this, and I meant to click this. Let's take a look at all of the most recent AK-47 skins. So this sold for $2 last week. Now it's down to $1.31. This sold for $2.49 back from Halloween. Now it sells for $1.39. Hey, remember the Elite Crate AK-47? Remember when it sold for $3.49? Well, now it sells for just over $1. So yeah, it is an unfortunate fate which it happens to a lot of these AKs. 97 cents, 94 cents, 93 cents. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. But yeah, it's screwed. So if you're looking at that thinking, right, okay, what do I do now? I'll just sit there and say, just leave it. You could do a buy order in it still. It is abnormal, but I wouldn't be offering that much. You could probably end up buying that for 80 cents a piece. Not joking. Very easily could happen. So let's move on to the armour pieces. Tiki collection. I think we're potentially going to see some more of this. I think... Alright, so Mr. Igor, if I were you, I would 100% make the hoodie and the pants first. And then the tier 2. Yes. I want to see how this hoodie and pants looks. just asking, really. But basically, this is a new collection to keep an eye out for. This Monday, Tuesday, we need to keep an eye out and see if he submits a new piece for this collection. Will it likely be accepted immediately? Probably not. Why does he say that? But, well, we've been waiting for a apostate for so long. We've been waiting potentially to see lightweight hoodie and pants version 3, Glista tier 3. What else was there? We waited on JPEG tier 3 for a long time. That never came. We can speculate as much as we want, and we can anticipate as much as we want, but there's no guarantees. So let's just keep an eye out. If there are more Tiki core pieces being introduced and submitted, then we can start speculating. So we need to wait and see, are there going to be hoodie and pants or tier 2 Tiki? That's cool. But as of now, with this just here, and potentially no new things coming out, it's abnormal. It's abnormal. But hey, do you remember Pixel Collection for Complete the Sets? Do you remember we were like, oh wow, Pixel hoodie and pants? Is this the beginning of a new collection? Where did the tier 2 and tier 3 come? It never came. So yeah, if we don't see Tiki, new core pieces of Tiki coming out, the hoodie, the pants and the tier 2, then it's going to suffer the same fate as this. Down 40%, down 47%. But much like with the Pixel collection, if we randomly see new pieces being submitted, people start anticipating its arrival and they buy out chunks from the Steam market. We saw that with Apostate. We saw that Apostate had tier 3 and tier 2 submitted week after week on the workshop. People noticed, people bought out the stock, the Apostate hoodie and the pants stock, but then it never came. And you know what? We can go take a real quick look. If I were to type Apostate, yep, it's gone down in price again because people have gotten tired. They don't want to sit around and wait any longer. They get impatient, they start dumping, they dump to the highest buy order and they move on. It's unfortunate. But yeah, that's the state of the pants and this is the state of the hoodie. And I believe the hoodie isn't doing very good at the moment. No. So, it's unfortunate. But yeah, so do you see this? Do you see this price rise right here? This right there was when we first saw tier 2 being submitted, Apostate tier 2. And then nothing came of it and it just kind of died off. But the very second we see Apostate tier 2 or tier 3 being accepted to a Rust store, reactionary nature of the Rust economy, people jump in, they start buying out all of these because now there's going to be more demand to use them because now it's starting to develop into a proper collection. So, you get that? All good? Right then, so the value of this is only going to get anywhere if we start to see more of the collection appearing. You get the idea. So I've given you the whole routine. So yeah, it's abnormal. Let's do our buy orders first, then we'll take into considerations. Now at the very least, this Monday, Tuesday, if we don't see any new Tiki pieces being made, any new like tier 2 or hoodie and pants, then I'll probably do a lower buy order, and I won't even consider buying these, because I know people will get impatient, and I know the prices of these will go down. But if I do see tier 2 and or hoodie and pants appearing being submitted next week, then I will consider a higher buy order, and even potentially consider maybe buying into these as well. So yeah, if you play it smart, then you know how to approach this. So if I don't see anything new potentially coming out, I'm going to just do buy order and a fairly low one. But if I do see something new, then I will approach it with a higher price and potentially consider buying into it. All good, understandable. Let's move on to the banger SAR. So much like with the AK, we are exhausted with SAR skins. These past 6 Rustle rotations have had a SAR skin. That's not good in regards to, okay, is this going to be a good thing to invest into? No. Yeah, let's go take a look at all of the marketable SAR skins that have come out recently. So last week we had a charitable Rust skin. That wasn't marketable, so okay, alright. But that also likely took away a whole bunch of interest for potentially even considering buying into this banger SAR. So last week we had a $4.99 very colourful, interesting looking charitable Rust SAR skin, and now we've got the banger SAR literally just a week after, selling for $1.99, and after 2 days it only has 3,600 sales. Guys, that is low. That is low. There is no demand for that. And as you can see with what we've seen very recently, down 37, down 41, down 51, down 30, banger SAR, you're not looking very good at the moment, are you? So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with less sales compared to the military SAR. But remember what I've also mentioned before. Skins that have very low sales tend to be the skins that get attacked, get manipulated, you know. So it's not something you should rely on, but at the very least, with a decent buy order, if you hold on to them for a decent amount of time, you could randomly see it going up in price. But it's not something I'd rely on. So approaching this properly, no, I don't think the banger SAR will be a good investment. As of now, looking at that, I just don't see the demand. I know the full context and why it's not doing very well, and also with that, I don't think it's going to be a good investment as time goes on. I'm going to be really annoyed if we see another SAR skin next week. It's just going to keep going on, isn't it? It's just going to keep going on. But yeah, this week, not very insane, nothing really special standing out. I still think the only real thing that's going to hold its value is the bandana. The tempered garage door, I'm still very curious about, but I still do think it will be selling below its Rust price for a while. I do still anticipate that happening. And then, post-Christmas happens, very likely will bounce back. All Rust skins likely will be bouncing back. It is to be expected. Let's go take a quick look at the front page. Yep, so weapon barrel still low in price, still only selling for around, well actually I can just quickly show you. What price are you selling for right now? $12? Not as bad, but the buy orders still only go up to $9.50. If we see a good look over here, I want to look for the past month. We see it was lower before, goes up, started stagnating, hasn't really changed. So we're just kind of going in a straight line. Nothing's really happening at the moment, which is okay. It's not getting worse, but as we enter December, I expect some changes, and at the very least, Christmas, snowman, gingerbread, Arctic, polar, cold, winter, all those theme skins will start going up in price. So we're probably going to start seeing all of them appearing on the front page very, very soon. That is where the money is at the moment. Not these, unfortunately. So let's also point out there are a whole bunch of quality of life updates coming out next week. Now I can talk about the pump shotgun. So, yes, there are a whole bunch of buffs and nerfs, and one of the notable things that people have been talking about is what is considered a nerf for the slugs ammo for shotguns. So, yeah, remember how I was talking so much about pump shotguns these past few months? Well, that's gone. So here's the thing. It's becoming less like a sniper, but it's becoming more deadly in close range. Is this necessarily a nerf? It's becoming stronger in close quarters, which I guess, for a shotgun should be happening. But you can't easily shoot people from further away as much as you used to. We need to wait and see. Now, word is getting around that everybody is assuming this is enough. Is it? I mean, was the combination of the pump shotgun with the slugs overpowered? A lot of people probably could sit there and say that, but this is Face Punch wanting to make it only good for within a certain area, which is fine. If that's the way they want it to be, that's fine. So yeah, you've got to be aware of what's about to be happening. So yeah, if you constantly keep an eye on the Rust commit log, Twitter for example, yeah, you can see all of the things that are potentially going to be coming out soon and what likely will be badly affected. Remember last week when I was talking about the L96s? They're not going to be as easy to get now because Oil Rig and I've forgotten the name of the big boat. The big boat. They're not happening as frequently anymore. So yeah, these will affect the value of the skins. And I literally very recently did go ahead and buy a oh, I'm not logged in. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. What's going on? Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, if you saw my most recent Rust rotation video, I did point out I bought 30 of those pump shotguns, the recycler pump shotgun, and I need to consider now, should I potentially start selling them or refunding? Well, you see, it's selling for $3 right now. It's selling for $3. The price just went up. So, yeah, but that's right now. Has everybody who has had the opportunity to sell them sold them? No. So, yeah, you have to make a consideration. Do you think pump shotguns have been nerfed? Maybe you want to sell your recycler pump shotguns. Yeah, so that's the talk. Next week, December starts, and we should start seeing Christmas-related skins going up in price. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it. And I will upload a video talking about when's the right time to sell, and please avoid listing far too much quantity. You don't want to make walls. You don't want to cause resistance. With that said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and best of luck to you with this current week's skins. So yeah.